Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
When choosing a dentist for our family, Tupelo Smiles was the answer for us. They greet us with warm smiles right when we walk in the door, and they make us feel so welcome. We love Tupelo Smiles.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Busy night in the Magnolia State as folks are getting ready for Christmas right around the corner. But luckily, where it's not busy is up in the skies. Welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm meteorologist Gabe, and we are tracking a calm forecast heading over the next few days, but a warm forecast at that. That's our golden headline here in the Room to Room Weather Center, is going to be that warm weather not going anywhere. I guess Mississippi, it loves it down here. Can't blame it, but it just means that it's going to be a warm forecast for us, not just today, not just Christmas Eve, but yes, into your Christmas holiday. But luckily, it does come with those dry skies, and those will remain in place heading into our Thursday as well, of course, our Christmas holiday. But as we look into the extended forecast, a new year, new forecast, and that means that warmer air going away, but it will be a bit of a ways away until we get to experience that all the way in 2026. Yes, welcome into Mississippi Live Weather. Again, an action-packed show, and we thank you for joining us tonight on a already busy evening. I promise I won't keep you guys forever, but I want to make sure you guys are prepared heading out the door. So let's start with the first 12. 7 p.m., 65 degrees, gradually on the decline overnight. And by the time we get towards our morning commute, you can see some patchy fog in the area. Might need those low beams on if you're heading out that early, but as the morning progresses on, a lot of that moisture starts to clear on out of the area. 7 a.m., maybe the potential of a sprinkle, but it really is going to be that warm, dry forecast beyond that point that we'll be enjoying here in North Mississippi. Let's get a look outside. And as you can see, beautiful conditions in Batesville, Panola County, 68 degrees, feels like 72. So it is just warm, getting warmer as we get those feels like values, but nighttime is here. That means that cooling trend, yeah, it should take place overnight, and it will, but not as cool as some folks would like, especially heading into our Christmas season, not just in Batesville, but also down in Maben, 63 degrees right now. Dew points right around that same margin, a very dark night there in Maben, but I know folks are out and about this evening, and that's proven up there in Blue Springs, Union County, folks traveling to and from Memphis, trying to get to where family and friends are to enjoy this Christmas holiday. It's going to be a fun one for sure, but I want folks to stay safe. And luckily, weather-wise, we should all be staying safe because it is that calm of a pattern. Our Mississippi Live Weather Radar not tracking a drop of rainfall across North Mississippi. That'll continue to be in place overnight as well. Water vapor, a great illustrator whenever it comes to that forecast because that dry air remains right overhead. Again, this is where we're getting a lot of what's happening on the ground. So with that drier forecast at the ground means if there was any rainfall high aloft, once it falls, it starts to dissipate on out and never reaches the surface. And that's probably why none of us saw a drop today. Satellite imagery does show a little bit of cloud cover moving out of the area on the northeast side of the state, but that more dense cloud cover, if we expand it out and expand it out again, and expand it out again, there you're getting a little bit of those cloud returns, especially out west. And that's our next weather maker pushing into the area as we get more into our weekend and really by the start of next week. But that frontal system, should I say, well out there off of the west coast. So it's going to be a bit of a ways away before we get that forecast. So what are we experiencing here? Well, surface analysis shows this front just teasing us a little bit, not giving us that cold air, not giving us those Christmas-like temperatures, so it is still going to be warm. We're getting those southerly winds building back into the area, and high pressure building back behind it is going to supply us with some of that drier air. Not an impossibility to get some moisture and some sprinkles along this leading edge of that collapsing frontal system, but that's really going to be in the form of fog. Because if we bring it in here real quick, and you're going to have to look through that layer of cloud cover in order to see it, look at how calm these winds are. Out west, maybe a little bit more breezy, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but on the east side of our viewing area, we're pretty calm overnight. So what that does, whenever there's not wind at the surface, the moisture we do have in the air, because we do have it, whether it's raining or not, that allows for that fog to form. The wind not able to blow that fog away, so it is going to remain right overhead, and that's why we're expecting maybe the potential for some patchy fog by the time we get towards our Christmas Eve morning commute. Also, not an impossibility to get a shower or two, but I do expect it's going to be similar to how we were today with those dry conditions, again, reigning supreme. So don't exactly go out the door expecting that rainfall will happen. I think we'll be on the drier side all day long, and that carries over into the mid-morning, late morning, and early afternoon. So the next 24, your Christmas Eve forecast looking phenomenal. As you can see, 58 degrees by 6 a.m., climbing up into the mid-70s by the afternoon. Again, I say, I don't know who asked for warm weather on their Christmas list, but you won. You got it. Santa definitely delivered on that one. Well, God delivered it, of course. But either way, it's going to be a warm pattern, and those warm conditions will be paired with some sunny skies by the afternoon as those clouds start to break up a little bit more. We're going to assess this forecast in a little bit more detail coming up in the next 60 live from the Room to Room Weather Center. We're talking Christmas Eve, we're talking Christmas Day, and we're also talking New Year's 2026. Right around the corner, honestly. We're going to track what to expect heading into that forecast because things do start to shift. We'll take a look at that coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
A few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course.
If you're a family of 4, 5,
or 6, 7,
Merry Christmas from Mississippi Live Weather.
That was good.
I think that was the one.
Okay.
There we go.
oh, you guys didn't do it.
No, we didn't. This portion of Mississippi Live Weather is presented by Little's Jewelers.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, let me start off by saying a big Merry Christmas to everybody here in North Mississippi. I know it is a couple of days away, but with the stress of the holiday season, I want you guys to always just sit back, remember what it's all about, and that's family, friends, and just enjoying being together. And Merry Christmas means that we get to be together, we get to take that time off, and we get to just enjoy the company of our loved ones. So I hope you guys are getting that on top of the stress of traffic and getting those last-minute gifts. But if you are heading out and about this evening, there is another thing to be grateful for, and that is the warm weather. 63 degrees in Adenton. Oktibbeha County showing off, and also with those clear skies. I do see a few stars showing up. So this is going to be an enjoyable forecast tonight. This is going to be an enjoyable forecast carrying over into our Christmas Eve as well. Not only in Adenton, but if we look out there in Oxford, Lafayette County, a calm forecast as well. A little bit more breezy, about 7 miles an hour out of the south, so maybe preventing a little bit of that fog from forming now. But into those overnight hours, we do expect that moisture to sit in place and allow for some fog to form for those morning commutes. So 68 degrees in Oxford, expect that number to fall as nighttime settles in. As we get a look there in Starkville, I know folks out there are going to be busy. Meteorologist Caleb Edelblut and the Edelblut family going to be enjoying a great time down there with traffic galore. I remember it like it was yesterday. So just enjoy that. Again, soak up the positives this holiday season and always remember what Christmas is about. 63 degrees though. Definitely a gift to be grateful for. Let's go ahead and track that on Mississippi Live Weather Radar whenever it comes to what's happening in the skies. And as you can see, there's nothing to track because of how calm that forecast is. And that will continue to remain overhead as we get into not just today, as you can see over the past 24 hours, dry conditions overhead, but even carrying over into our forecast Christmas Eve. And then carry that over into our forecast for Christmas. Yes, we're going to stay dry for an extended period of time. Hope you guys are ready for it. I know we are at the Maynor household and very grateful that things are dry because if they're not going to be dry, then we would want a white Christmas and we're far away from a white Christmas. So I guess we'll take the dry, right? Again, optimistic point of view at this forecast and we're definitely grateful for where things stand. Dinner planner tonight because I know that folks are heading out and about and they do get hungry as they get all of that shopping done. Well, if you're looking to head out, 62 degrees by 8, 60 degrees by 9, and 59 degrees by 10. So that gradual cooling trend overnight, nighttime, doing its thing and going to allow for some cooler temperatures to be in place. Cooler, relative term, it's still going to be above average. Let's go ahead and expand this out just a bit. And you can see that on our Futurecast, a large part of this moisture is building in from the north. So that's where we're getting these light showers, potentially. Really, it's going to be that fog to form, that moisture returning to the forecast, filled with those calm winds, a little bit more breezy out along the river. So by 10 p.m., we are expecting a little bit of that cloud cover and those greens that fog to start to build in there. So early AM hours, if you're making an early commute on your Christmas Eve, maybe heading out the door a little bit early to go see loved ones, it is going to be something that you need to watch for. Low beams, that'll help you get by it. Now, as you head further towards the north, rain chances are in the forecast, but we do expect that fog to maybe become a bit more dense. So make sure to use those low beams if you're traveling up there towards Nashville or Kentucky or up around Missouri or Illinois. Now, if you're traveling south, you're traveling away from those foggy conditions. So I do expect that'll be better commutes as you head further towards the south, east, or west. It's just north that becomes a big note. Low temperatures on your Wednesday. I already know. You know what? I'm going to fix it before it even happens because it happened at 5 and it's not going to happen at 6. And you guys don't even know what it was, and that's a good thing. No, it's just a wind chill. I took the wind chill out. Low temperatures, 57 degrees New Albany, Boonville, and Tupelo, 54 Starkville, 53 around Columbus. As we jump out west, 57 Greenwood, 59 Clarksdale, and same thing around Tunica. Now, the reason why, there's still moisture in the air, and that doesn't allow for much cooling off to take place, and it will allow for maybe the potential sprinkle, the rogue sprinkle or two that are in our Wednesday morning forecast. But similar to what we saw this morning, I do expect that mostly dry conditions will still be in place. Meteorologist Maggie McCauley, she tracked a little bit of those showers this morning. She'll be doing the same thing heading into your Wednesday morning, but it's not going to stick around forever. And if those rain showers do form, they're going to be so non-impactful, it's almost like they don't even exist at all. So as we get going with our Wednesday lunchtime forecast, staying on the drier side, but if we expand it out, we can see that calmer days are ahead. A very dry pattern over the entire southeast, despite that cloud cover still being in place. So with those drier conditions, allows for that moisture to be pushed out, allows for some clear skies to be pushed in, and we're sitting pretty heading into those Christmas Eve services. This is by 3 p.m. on your Wednesday. Carry that over into that 5 and 6 o'clock hour, and as you can see, not a drop in sight. That little disturbance that we do have going to transfer towards Nashville, Tennessee, heading south on 65 towards Birmingham and Huntsville. So Wednesday evening plans, good to go. But shorts and a t-shirt might be required. Take a look at these temperatures. 74 Tupelo, New Albany, 72 Oxford and Holly Springs, 74 Bruce, 75 Starkville, Houston, and Macon. 76 in Columbus and Aliceville. So it just gets warmer and warmer the further south you go. Definitely abnormal for this time of year. As you see on the top left, your normal 54 degrees. Not feeling like that. So let's carry Futurecast over into your Wednesday night. And again, I'm going to expand this out to show you that high pressure reigning supreme. Whoever asked for the dry conditions for Christmas, honestly, I kind of did. Just making sure to keep it dry and calm so that way we can enjoy a little bit of time with our families. And that's exactly what we'll be able to do. With how calm this forecast is, won't need to worry about the weather at all on your Christmas. It is going to be a gorgeous forecast all day long. And that starts with your Thursday morning. And as you can see, not a drop overhead. If we bring it back in a little bit closer, you can see that cloud cover does push into the area. I think this is a little bit on the higher side whenever we're talking about that dense cloud cover. I do expect it to be a few breaks, should I say, to happen, and that allows for that sunshine to show up a bit more. So by Thursday, mid-morning, continue to see those dry conditions overhead, and by lunchtime, still not a drop. Now, I do want to say, this is our strike model, usually the more aggressive model, so the fact that it's not showing rainfall is even more verification that it's going to be a dry forecast for any Christmas plans we may have. If you're looking to head to the next grandparents or now that we're in now that Annalise and I are married, we have their 2 Christmases, but we go this weekend. We'll go to Birmingham. But I do want to say, for those that are looking to maybe do an afternoon Christmas celebration, then it is looking like a good forecast there as well. So both sides of the grandparents are going to be happy with the weather that they're going to be receiving. That carries over into your Thursday evening, should I say, and into those overnight hours as we then trend from our Christmas holiday to our New Year's holiday. And New Year's, did you want cold? Great timing, right? Let's go ahead and look at those high temperatures so we can enjoy the warmer weather while it's here. And Christmas looking warm as well. Our normal, as you can see, top left, that's going to be 54 degrees. And we don't see a single number in the 50s, not even in the 60s. We are well into the 70s, well above average for this time of year, close to near record-breaking temperatures. And it remains to be seen if we end up doing so, but it is gradually climbing over the next couple of days, so the warm air not going anywhere. We'll continue to see that persist over the next several days. As you can see on high temperatures, pretty uniform over the next several days, with Wednesday all the way through Saturday in the mid-70s. Then Sunday happens, 67 degrees. Dropping to 40 degrees Monday and Tuesday. Lows follow suit. Let's take a look at those low temperatures, and I think this is about to fall off the graph, if I remember correctly. Oh, no, we barely got it. There we go. So upper 50s for the next several days, 60 degrees by Saturday morning, but then Monday morning below freezing, Tuesday morning, frigid. A frigid end to 2025, and we'll carry over a few of those cold temperatures into our New Year's Eve celebrations. So you got any plans, if you're heading over to Tupelo to enjoy our New Year's Eve celebration, just layer up. I know you don't believe me right now, but layer up. Trust me, the forecast is going to shift. You're in Mississippi where the forecast changes like that. So let's get a look at our Wednesday. Still going to be warm. No need for layers on your Christmas Eve. 58 degrees, 74 by the afternoon, and going to remain in the 70s for the vast majority of the day. So it's a warm forecast. Santa's definitely coming in a Hawaiian shirt and some swim trunks at this point because of how warm this forecast is. But beyond that, if he's celebrating 2026, he'll be back in his Santa suit. Don't you worry about that. But the forecast stays dry all the way through Saturday. There's your frontal system on Sunday moving on in, giving us those increased chances of rainfall, but really dropping those temperatures by Monday and by Tuesday, the final day of 2025. So last week of 2025, that's unreal to think about. And we are excited here at Mississippi Live Weather. 2025 has been a big blessing and excited to see where 2026 will carry us. But speaking of where things will carry us, 6 o'clock, not even over. Let's go ahead and send it to break because when we come back, we're talking latest details on that holiday forecast when it comes to your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day plans. Keep it here for Mississippi Live Weather for the very latest on that forecast. We'll see you back here in the next 60.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-retirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
Welcome back into the Mississippi Live Weather at 6, live from the Room to Room Weather Center. We're taking a look at our Merry and Bright Christmas light promo. Again, we have the 23rd? It is the 23rd. 2 more days of our Merry and Bright Christmas lights. So let's make sure there's some good ones, and they are. Take a look at Grady in Boonville submitting this photo. The thing that I love about this picture, Christmas shopping's done. All the Christmas gifts underneath the tree. So Grady, your family doing it right, getting that done early and not having to deal with the traffic nowadays, but also doing it with a beautiful tree. I love the big star up top, and it just is just such a great sight. I love this tree. I was just staring at this for a good while, just soaking it all in. And you also have Santa, you have Frosty in the background. So doing Christmas right in Grady's household there in Boonville. Thank you, Grady, for submitting that photo. Adelaide submitting this photo as well. And again, I say, I didn't get the memo on the candy cane driveways, but next year, Maynard household, we are getting some candy canes because everyone doing that this year, and I'm so jealous because it looks so good. And speaking of Frosty showing up there as well, that's the only way Frosty's going to be in North Mississippi because I know he doesn't like temperatures in the 70s. So yeah, that's the only way we can do it is if it's an inflatable. But either way, it looks like a great sight there. Adelaide, thank you for submitting that photo. And again, if you do have your pictures, submit those through the Mississippi Live Weather app or on Facebook to either Matt Laupon or I, and we will work to get that in the forecast and show those off for Merry and Bright Christmas Light promo. High temperatures on your Thursday. Again, Thursday, Christmas Day, 76 degrees in Tupelo, 75 in Starkville, same thing in Greenville, 74 around Memphis. If we're traveling, that number stands out. 81 in Dallas, so you're traveling to warmer conditions over there in Texas. Yeah, even warmer than our warm forecast on Thursday. 73 in Nashville, 69 around Knoxville and Asheville, North Carolina. 74 Atlanta, 74 in Birmingham. I know my folks are going to be happy about that one. But either way, no matter where you're traveling, it's looking like a good forecast temperature-wise, and we'll continue to do so as we head over the next several days. The thing with those good temperatures is the fact that it's remaining dry as well. So travel impacts, we're going to see high impacts right along that Pacific coast up California and Oregon, where moderate impacts extend all the way into Denver, Billings, Montana, and then close to the Albuquerque, New Mexico area. So that's because of some rainfall moving through the area, some potential snowfall as well. But nonetheless, that forecast far away from us here in North Mississippi, and we'll be enjoying our calm skies as much as we can. Now, if we carry those impacts over to Thursday, you can see still tracking a little bit of those impacts out there in California with high impact forecast. Those moderate impacts still around that same area of Billings, Denver, and Albuquerque. And then we do have some moderate impacts from Minneapolis, Minnesota, Buffalo, New York, Chicago, and even up around the Lexington, Kentucky area. So anyone traveling out there on Christmas or out west need to go ahead and proceed with caution. Just make sure to be on the safe side. But best way to stay safe, Mississippi Live Weather app. It works nationwide and lets you know what that forecast is. So make sure to download that today if you have not already. Looking ahead anywhere on Christmas, it is going to be a warm one. Christmas Eve, 75 degrees, and you can see Christmas, 74 degrees. Mostly dry forecast, but those warm temperatures still in sight. It's going to be shaping up to be a good one. You do see that cloud cover increasing just a bit on Christmas, but I do expect some breaks in that cloud cover, allowing for that sunshine to peek through. Again, we'll be looking at that in more detail coming up at 10 o'clock tonight with those latest model runs. But guys, Christmas is right around the corner. So excited. So excited. I hope you guys are too. We're going to continue to track things behind the scenes. I see some folks talking about some Christmas traditions in the chat. If you have a tradition of your own, send that to us. I'd love to talk more about that at the 10 o'clock hour. Maybe share your traditions with others and make them their traditions as a result. And hey, Manor household, we're a new family, adding another member next year. So any new traditions that you might have that we could include crews on, you let us know and we'll do exactly that. We appreciate you guys so much for joining us tonight. We hope you do have a fantastic evening. Appreciate Brenda. Love the app. Brenda, we appreciate that more than you know. If you do need a weather app, or if you want to add to the arsenal or just make it your weather app, go ahead and download that Mississippi Live Weather app today. Brenda loves it. We love it. Everyone in North Mississippi, I hope, is enjoying it. If you do have any notes or anything in the forecast that you want to see, go ahead and send that to us through the Mississippi Live Weather app of something that you may be missing or want to know more about. You can do that on msliveweather.com, contacting any of those links, or you can do that through the Mississippi Live Weather app. And again, we will work to get that in the forecast to keep you guys as informed as possible. Coming up at 10, we're going to be talking more details on that Christmas and New Year's forecast. So you're not going to want to miss out on that. And again, that is at 10 o'clock tonight. And don't forget our morning show at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 with meteorologist Maggie McCauley. She'll be tracking the latest on the forecast for your Christmas Eve. It's going to be a good one for sure, but a warm one at that. She'll have the latest notes, but don't forget 10 o'clock. We'll be right back here to talk the latest details on that forecast. And Pat, you're exactly right. A little bit of gabbing with Gabe as well. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you back here in a couple of hours.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.